Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Jonathan, aka Fox and Ariel, and we are playing Vampyr. We fixed an error between Tippett and Brannigan because he accidentally killed a man. We have helped Thelma, so we have to find that local command post of the God of Pruin, but we need to level up as well. So I need to speak to a few more doctors. I'm going to start with that. So I'm going to start to speak with a few personnel, and as mentioned, I will try to do this play as thoroughly as possible. So there is going to be a lot of talking to people. And I'm not going to rush through the game. I'm going to do this as good as I can. Let's talk
Good evening,
to
Doctor.
this one.
I believe we're going to be working together.
Dr. Reid. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such an honor, sir.
Thank you. And you are?
I am Thoreau Strickland, Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reid.
Oh, really? Thank you. I'm such a well-known doctor, yes. Let's see now. Life in London. Tell me about yourself.
Please, could you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a great admirer of your work concerning blood transfusion, Dr. Reid. I run my
Thank
own
you.
experiments. I'm convinced it's the future.
What made you choose that career?
What made you choose to be a doctor?
I'm not ashamed to admit you and your work have inspired me.
Oh.
I am
course I
honored to
have.
have the opportunity to work by your side.
I'm glad. I like Strickland, so I'm gonna be like, oh, of course. Glad to be of help.
It's always a pleasure to share scientific and medical knowledge with someone eager to learn. I'll be glad to help you if I can.
This epidemic may be the century's most terrible disaster, but I'm convinced that we, as doctors, are the only ones able to defeat it.
Yes. He's mesmerizingly released number 4, and he feels okay so far. Tell me about your
I
experiments.
based my technique on my mentor's research. He helped me perfect my method. What is yours?
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories and first approach. My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful.
As long as you're cautious and methodical, you may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail.
You're not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
Yes. Let's see now. About the Pembroke Hospital.
What can you tell me about the Pembroke?
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. But with your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion.
Oh, so happy to be of help. You seem optimistic.
You seem quite optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult times.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
True. Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. We're not smiling now.
Nope. Do you need
Do
my
you
help?
need help with anything in particular?
Well, yes, maybe. I'm waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my personal research, yet my supplier seems to have vanished.
Do you want me
Yes.
to play the errand boy for you?
Oh no, Dr. Reid. But if you went personally to his shop, what with your reputation and all, he wouldn't dare to refuse the products I need.
I see. Well, give me the address, for I may pass by if I have time.
Thank you. New investigation. Yes. Missing ingredients. Right. Let's ask him personal questions about your blood transfusion technique.
Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want? To save him? Or to prove your point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reid.
Good.
Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
You must remain neutral.
This personal involvement could also appear to be a lack of impartiality. You must know that a good surgeon must remain neutral.
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Ackroyd's behavior. A man who did not even take time to converse with his patient.
Do you think keeping his distance was a mistake?
All I know is that I'm taking care of human beings with desires, hopes, and fears. Not some biological machine comprised of blood, bones, and flesh.
I mean, that is why I don't like Dr. Ackroyd, because he's too stuck in the past. Tell me Mr.
Tell
Fiddick's
me
story.
Mr. Fiddick's
Well, that's my opinion.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Because he is a proud father, ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
Yes. Right. There we go. Is there anything else you can tell me? No, that is empty, and that's empty, right?
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland. I need to find... Where is he? There he is. So we're gonna talk to a few more people, and then we're gonna see if we can get some
Reid, yes, I've been informed
stuff
about your
done.
arrival. I'm Waverly Ackroyd. Welcome aboard, I suppose.
Does my arrival inconvenience you in some way, Dr. Ackroyd?
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swansea's enthusiasm for hiring you. What we need here are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
I don't like you at all. I think you're a stuck-up little bitch, and I want to smack you in the face with a frying pan. That's how much I like his attitude. Right. You're live in London. Do you have a problem with me?
If you have a problem with me, Dr. Ackroyd, please feel free to tell me.
Dr. Swansea has imposed your presence on this hospital without asking anyone's advice. The benefit of his position. But I don't agree with it.
I know we've never met before, but I believe this hospital could use all the help it can get.
Yes.
You will agree with that, I'm sure.
Oh, but I have heard about you, Dr. Reid. Of course, you can't say the same about me, since I have not wasted my time courting the press.
Courting the press. Jealousy will do you no good. What do I want? Let's try this one.
Aren't you too old for such jealousy? It really won't do you any good, you know.
Don't be ridiculous, Dr. Reid. A simple glance is enough for me to know you have nothing for me to envy.
Then why atting me? Beach? About the Pembroke Hospital.
Since your tenure in this hospital is longer than mine, perhaps you can tell me more about this place.
Let's just say I'm tired of the carelessness around me. I have always respected the skills of Dr. Swansea, but over time his enthusiasm has become displaced.
Carelessness? Exactly what are you talking about?
We're here to save lives. The people who trust us are not volunteering for experimentation. They're here to be healed.
I don't intend to run any radical experiments, Doctor. Even if I, as any good practitioner should, express an interest in pushing the boundaries of medical research.
Modern medical methods were created through audacity and ego. But there are rules in our line of work, and they're here to protect our patients.
Oh, you're so old-fashioned. Your thoughts on Strickland's research.
Tell me, Waverly, what do you think of Dr. Strickland's enthusiasm for his experimental research?
Strickland is playing with his patients' lives for pride and glory. Now that, sir, is unethical.
Are you thinking about something in particular?
And you
Harvey
didn't even
Fiddick
talk
needs
to
delicate
patients.
Surgery.
Shush.
I believe we should stick to the usual procedure, but my young colleague obviously disagrees.
And are you not afraid that your rivalry with Strickland may be blinding you?
Rivalry? I guess you could call it that.
Oh,
I will never be childish enough to let my personal feelings affect my judgment.
Why do you wish to lead this surgery?
I strongly believe that Mr. Fiddick should not be butchered to test an unproven procedure.
You will assume the consequences. Let's try this on.
If you are going to lead this surgery, I'm trusting you to assume the consequences of your actions, whatever the result.
I'm not the kind of man who runs away from his responsibilities, Dr. Reid. There is no need for you to be looking over my shoulder.
Or maybe it is. Have I I have proven my value as a practitioner,
I
yes.
don't know what you've heard about me, but I have already proved my value as a practitioner.
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reid, but your motive. Is it money, fame, or are you truly dedicated?
And what exactly is that supposed
I'm
to be?
undead, I have all
served
the
in
time I
war just
can.
like you. But unlike you, I did not use the wounded to play the modern sorcerer.
Be careful what you insinuate, Dr. Ackroyd.
I only want you to admit you used those men to improve your theories.
Oh. Knowledge is our main weapon, yes.
Knowledge has always been and will remain our main weapon. And it has always come at a price. And personal initiative.
It is not a question of initiative. It is a question of integrity.
Oh.
These men and women have put their faith in us, Dr. Reid.
It seems you have bad memories of your military service.
I
Yes.
refuse to see this industrial slaughter as scientific progress. War only reveals the worst in men.
We can at least agree on something, Dr. Ackroyd.
Noise. Right. We are done there, and we are done there. Good.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
I mean, I just want to smack him with a hammer.
I'm so tired. Will this shift never end?
Right, here we go.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr.
Right, personal questions. Did I get any new clues on you? I did. Ackroyd's aversion for modern methods.
What do you think of Dr. Ackroyd's aversion to modern medical methods?
It's a shame he's so narrow-minded. Dr. Swansea taught me that science is about exploring uncharted territory.
True.
I'm
True.
convinced that's true.
With the influenza and all
Though-
that's going on, you should put your differences aside, don't you think? Why is it so difficult to work together?
I believe that if Dr. Ackroyd had been the one to discover the transfusion process, he would be the first to recommend its use.
So you believe it's just a question of jealousy and pride?
Dr. Ackroyd is as proud as he is blinded by his obsolete concept of medical science.
Somebody's angry. Right. Let's...
Goodbye, Doctor.
Yes. I mean... exploration into uncharted territory is... I do agree with that, but perhaps not blindly. You know, don't just dive head right in just because one can. I mean...
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reid.
Oh, this
May
is
I
Harvey
help?
Fiddick.
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
So we might as
I
well
see.
talk to the
Would you
people
mind
like...
telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick.
that is
All I want is to get me
left to
bloody
talk to,
arm
so to
fixed
speak.
properly.
So we get that out of the way. Tell me about yourself.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Fiddick.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed, so I can return to work and to my family.
I was more curious about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter, and a good one too. But that means I need both arms to feed my family, Dr. Reid.
Yes. About this hospital.
Are you satisfied with your treatment here?
Well,
Yeah.
it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured.
Yeah.
Forgive my bluntness, but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
I won't lie to you about it. I'm afraid we are.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reid? I have the feeling you're very capable. And your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other circumstances, you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take on the responsibility. My apologies.
At least he's being sincere, or at least trying to be. Doctors arguing about your case.
Tell me about the doctors who are arguing about your case.
Strickland and Ackroyd. They both want
In
the
that
best,
case.
but there's a lot of pride there. Doctors are no different from carpenters, it seems.
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with rivals on a building site. Difference is I disagreed about wooden nails, not flesh and bones.
Yeah. Yes. Your life in London, we were done about that. And personal questions. You seem worried about your family.
You seem worried about the safety of your family. And it's obviously the reason why your wound troubles you so much.
I cannot give up on my children now. They both need me living.
What about their mother, if I may ask?
She died in 1915 during one of the first Zeppelin raids.
Oops.
We never found her body.
I'm so sorry.
Tell me more about the death of your wife, Harvey.
1915. I was in the army. Building workshops for the Royal Flying Corps. Helen was happy I wasn't sent to the front.
What happened?
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the construction site, but they missed their target.
Smart.
My wife was bringing my dinner when the bombs fell.
I'm sorry for your loss. So many died during the bombings. I served in France and witnessed the carnage there.
I would like to say that she didn't suffer. Truth is, I have no idea. I just know that I'm all that me kids have. Poor little bleeders.
Oh. I mean, this game has some
How are
relatively
your children?
heavy
after
moments, I
losing their
suppose.
mother?
They were smaller then. The only good thing about this is my Helen didn't bring them with her that night.
Yes.
Tell me about your injury, Harvey. Why do you feel so guilty about it?
My wife died because of me. And now I may lose everything because I've been careless enough to hurt myself. What an arsehole.
Your wife died because of you.
How could your job be responsible for your wife's death?
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
Did you voluntarily hurt yourself?
You can't hold yourself responsible for your injury, Mr. Fiddick. Unless you tried to hurt yourself.
Of course I didn't hurt myself. But I can't work until my arm is fixed. My children need to eat, Doctor.
Yes. I'm just trying to understand the situation there. Right, I think we are done with him for the moment.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll...
See you later. Right, another 10 points. That is excellence. Let's talk to you.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reid. Can I help at all?
No,
Really?
No.
Why are you here then?
I don't want to talk. My throat hurts too much.
I suppose that this pain is the reason you're here. Is someone taking care of you?
Yes. And no.
Could you at least tell me your name, sir?
Mortimer. Mortimer Goswick.
Yes. Oh, he has fatigue. Right, I need to fix that. Personal questions? Tell me about yourself.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Goswick.
I don't want to talk, Doctor.
Of course you will. Because I'm telling you to. No, how painful is your throat?
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
Right. We must communicate.
I'm sure you realize a doctor and his patient have to communicate, sir. Would it help if I gave you some paper and a pen?
Not really.
I see. Then maybe it's not just your throat that hurts, Mr. Goswick. Perhaps your sore throat is just the consequence of something more hurtful.
Yes, maybe. But I don't want to talk or even write about it now.
Right. And we'll let him
I have
rest
to go
for the
now,
moment.
sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
Yes. So I'm gonna do this a little bit. I'm gonna go apparently right straight into that door and smack my face on it. Right, let's see now. Where is Mr. Chadana? He's out. Ooh, hello. Hello, sir. Don't no. Talk to me.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reid.
Always a pleasure to meet a colleague, sir. Especially when he was supposedly dead.
A colleague. Are you a doctor too?
Not anymore, sir. I used to be Dr. Rakesh Chadana. Now, I'm just Mr. Chadana, pawnbroker and humble guardian of this morgue.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
You used to be a doctor. Was your license revoked?
No, sir. It is just that I like to be precise. I run a little pawn shop while taking care of the dead. But I used to be a real doctor.
Yes. Let's
Please
trade.
show me what you have to sell.
Of course. It's just trinkets and curios, really. But I'm sure they can be useful.
Yes. Right. What do I need for... What did I need for a fatigue serum? Okay, let's... Oh! Okay, he pushed my way and opened the door behind him. That's cool. I can obviously do stuff like that too. Right. Oh, I need to find a workbench, I think. Okay, there he is.
Good evening, Doctor.
Yes. Let's trade
Please
again.
show me.
Of course. It's just
Yes. We have told me that before. What do I need? I think I need this, and I need this. Let's buy that, and let's buy that. Let's get a few of these, and let's get one of that as well. There we go. Perfect. And I will just sneak up to the hospital, and I will take the quick route via the door I was so graciously given. Up here. I don't know if it's open yet. I hope so. Oh, it is. Thank you. Right. Please let me make a fatigue thing. Let's see now. Quinine, ferocious start rate, blah blah blah. Okay, right, good. So we need one of these at least. Excellence. Can I make something else? Potassium. Potassium. We can make. Oh, we can make one. No, we can't. Darn it. Shish kebab. I said. Right. Mortimer Goswick. I will give you thine medication. I will just run along this way. Now I kind of spent all my money. And we will talk to this mental gen again in a bit. I will just sneak up on him beforehand. And because I want to sneak up on him, I want to do this. Alright. Where is that? Oh, there it is. Spying.
You don't mind if I search your pockets, do you, sir? You won't need any of these anyway. I'm not stealing from you, mister. I'm only redistributing your belongings to people who need them more than you. You see, no one has claimed your body, sir, so it would be such a shame to bury you with your valuables. I will not forget you, sir, and I thank you for your generous donation.
I mean, technically he's correct, though they don't need it, and it's considering what time of place they are in. I mean, it's not weird that he does what he does, but
Good evening,
still,
Nurse
it's
Good evening, Dr. Reid.
especially back in those days, it was seen as very, very unethical. Oh, hello, we got a new thing.
What steps are you prepared to take to feel more useful?
I don't know yet. My sister believes that the real fight is in the streets nowadays. Maybe she's right. Maybe this is what I must do.
Huh. What about Milton Hooks?
And what about Milton Hooks? Does he share your point of view?
For Milton, any change means more comfort and more peace. I disagree.
If you feel that saving lives is not useful enough, perhaps it means that you've lost faith.
On the contrary, my faith has never been stronger.
Oh?
Maybe we are all just too proud to face up to the fact that science cannot compete with God.
One shouldn't never compete with anything one doesn't understand.
Pepper, I know you're very close to Milton
At least
Hooks.
not in those
Yes.
days.
Milton Hooks is my man. If you want to report me for that, just feel free, Doctor.
I have no intention of reporting you, Nurse Hawkins. But are you aware of the risks?
The rules say I won't be allowed to work as a nurse anymore. But here at the Pembroke, we break rules all the time.
Well,
Is he
especially
worth
under
the
this
risk?
time. You
Hey.
kind of have to.
I'm no perfect woman, and Milton is not the finest bloke. But we do our best to get by. That's all any of us can hope for nowadays.
Oh, cutie. You are such a sweetheart, you know that? We are done with you, thank you.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
I'm not gonna report anyone. Unless they are pure butt. Butts, as a friend of mine usually says. Hello, Dr. Smackroyd. I will call him Smackroyd from now. No, I won't. Hello, sir.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
Right, yes.
Do you need any help?
I'm afraid I may, sir. I don't mean to be a burden.
It's alright,
You
give
are not a
medicine.
burden, sir. Healing you is my responsibility.
And you have my gratitude for that.
Good. Right, do we get another thing? How painful is your
How
throat?
painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful.
I'll let you get some
I'll
rest.
let you get some rest.
Yes, okay, fine. Let's talk to his mother.
Good evening, madam. Can I help you?
It's my son who needs you, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid. How can I help your son?
I'm Beatrice Goswick, mother of Mortimer Goswick.
Waterbury.
Could you check on him, please, Dr. Reid? I've heard much of your talents as a physician.
As a physician. Right, tell me about yourself.
What can you tell me about yourself, Mrs. Goswick?
Not much to say. Just take care of my Mortimer and I'll cover all the expenses. That's all that matters.
At least she cares about her
Are
son.
you really that rich? Most of the patients here are of a more humble origin, if I may say so.
Yes, thanks to my husband. May he rest in peace. I can cover any needed medical expenses.
Thank you.
May I ask if you have an occupation, Mrs. Goswick?
I'm a teacher by profession. I teach young women who are more ambitious about their futures than their families.
Complaints about the reception
What do
here?
you think of your reception here? Any complaints?
I have had the uttermost reservations about this hospital since we arrived. But we had no other choice, considering the state of emergency.
Is there something in particular that's bothering you?
Some of the staff were not especially welcoming. I suspect they're not accustomed to dealing with patients of such social standing.
Such social standing.
Tell me more about your arrival at the Pembroke Hospital. What gave you such a bad first impression?
The ambulance driver was quite rude, for a start. And that nurse, Miss Hawkins, seems to have quite a dubious attitude.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic. It was a relief, but it wasn't cheap.
She charged you?
She charged you for a bed?
Yes, and I paid without question, considering the urgency of the situation.
Huh. I share your stupor.
I share your concern, Mrs. Goswick. Be sure that I'll talk to the people involved.
I don't expect compensation, Dr. Reid. But I'm aware such behavior would not be tolerated in other hospitals.
That is true. Maybe, I don't know. I did not live in the 1980s. 1918s, sorry, not
Goodbye,
80s. Oh my
Mrs.
god,
Goswick.
wow.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. Doctor. Right, I want to go outside again because I want to go around there because I'm going to spy on them. So I will do a little magic trick eventually if I need to stay and wait for too long. So let's go over here, let's go over there. Let's see what they do. Yeet. Recovering, yes, she's healthy. Ta-da!
How can I be sure I'll not find your unconscious body in the house again?
I promise you, you'll not find my unconscious body.
For God's sake, how can you say such a thing?
How can you refuse to listen? I tried to warn you for so long.
No, I won't let my only son die. You promised me you'll stay alive.
Your son lied to you, like the whole world lies to us.
Oh, hello. Now, after we have done a little magic trick, and I think I've mentioned it in an early episode as well, some of the loading screens is a bit long, because when I have my recording program up, some programs, they still work fine, but they just become slow. So or slower, so I just
I'm alright.
ta-da! So I just have to fix them,
Good evening, Mr.
trim
Goswicks.
them a little bit, so to say.
How are you?
I'm okay.
Yes, personal questions.
Admit it, Mortimer. Your mother had you hospitalized here because you tried to kill yourself.
Yes, it's true.
All right then. This is the first time we've really shared information about your case. Shall we call this progress?
Call it what you want, Dr. Reid.
You can trust me.
You can trust me. I won't report you to the authorities. My one and only concern is your health.
I guess I should thank you then.
Can I help you?
Can I help you in any way, Mr. Goswick?
I wrote a letter for my mother. She was supposed to read it after my death. But I suppose she doesn't have to read it now.
I see.
Yes.
And is this letter still near the place where you tried to take your own life?
Yes. And I don't want anyone reading my last words. I mean, I'm still here. If you bring me back that letter, then perhaps we'll talk.
I will of course bring you that letter, darling. Of course. Of course, of course, of course, I will do that.
I have to go now, sir.
So,
But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
I mean, he has a very nice haircut for being in the
This hospital seems to be
19
falling apart. But in circumstances
the 1918s. It's very nice. I have to like really watch what I say, so I don't say the 1980s instead of the 18s. I was like 1918. Right, I need to go over to this section here and talk to... We're gonna track you. And I'm gonna go to the Mortimer Goswick place. Right. I mean, considering how this place looks for the moment, I wouldn't say that... I don't know, it's not really... Entire place seems like a building site, that's all. We are level 5 for the moment. But we will soon level up, because we have 2050 points. Yeet! Right, here we go. The door has been locked. A new hideout has been found. Thank you. There we go. We don't need to refill anything. So this is the Goswick place, apparently, but it's like... Everything is basically turned upside down, I suppose.
It's locked, all right.
Yes. I don't know what I need to do to unlock that. If I need to, like, snack on him or his mother to do that, like... As in, kill them or something, but I don't want to do that. I mean, okay, this place is a mess. Where is the letter? There you are. Dear mother, when you find this letter, I'll be gone. I want you to know that I don't leave because of you. I leave this world because of the crushing weight that existence puts upon me. These times are too much for me. Sometimes I feel like Baudelaire's verse have been written as an echo from my own heart. Oh, Baudelaire. Charles Baudelaire. Oh, nice. I have read several pieces from him, of his work. Lethe is one of my most favorite ones. When the low, heavy sky waits like a lid upon the spirit aching for the light, and all the wide horizon line is hid by a black day sadder than any night. It's as beautiful as it is painful, mother. I can't suffer it anymore. I don't want you to try to convince me, and it would only delay the inevitable, for I would only do it again if by any chance you managed to save me once. Farewell, your son, Mortimer.
In this letter, Mortimer Goswick does nothing to hide his desire to die. I could give it to his mother, but doing so would betray his trust.
And we will not do that. At all. Right. We can recycle this. And this one. There we go. Can I make something, by the way? I can't make that. I can't make that. Nope. Nope. Can we level something up, though? Can I... Come on. There we go. Not yet. That's that one. Should I upgrade this? I can't even do that. Used revolver. Can I upgrade you? I can. 45, 56, don't mind if I do. Right, what is this? Magazine 2, 160, 45, 54, magazine 5, 6. Maybe I should take this instead. I haven't really used this one, but maybe we should try this just for fun. Sure, let's do that. 68 and then 74. Excellent. Good. Right. And let's go back and let's go into character screen and do this and pick up this one. Nice. Well, that's technically better. Right, let's go back to Mr. Mortimer. Or oh, that's an 11. Yeah, I'm just gonna go. No. No, 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 no. I'm a level 5 and that's a level 11. I'm not really in the mood for that. Ooh, we are soon gonna meet another dude, which is level 18 though, so that's bad enough, I suppose. Hello, Tibbets. Milton. So let's just go back to Mortimer and leave the letter. I just want to collect as much experience points as I can before continuing, so I really can, like, do all the things and all the stuffs and level up. Mortimer, darling, I have your letter.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
I have your...
I have retrieved your letter, Mr. Goswick.
Yes.
I can assure you that nobody read it but me.
Thank you. This is for you, for your help. And for your silence.
I think you should talk to your mother. It would be good for both of you.
Thank you, Dr. Reid.
Mm-hmm.
I'll think about it. Now please, let me be.
Yes. There we go, 100 shillings. Can I do... Ooh, I've read your letter.
I've read your letter, Mortimer. You wrote about an unbearable feeling of despair while the world crumbles around you. Tell me more about it.
There's nothing more to say, really. It's hurtful, it's unbearable, and I don't ask anyone to understand what I feel.
Pain is a precious tool. You're a lucky man. Despair is a deadly poison. Pain... Ooh. Let's try this one.
The world is bleak, but maybe the pain we feel is the best compass for making it a better place.
How can we repair the world, Dr. Reid, when mankind is the biggest problem?
Amen.
Yes, the world will be a much better
And there's
place.
a hacksaw or something on that table. Right. Life in London. Do we have anything? Oh, about your hospitalization.
Why did your mother have you hospitalized here? She seems convinced this is a bad hospital.
My mother just wants the best for me.
No.
She won't rest while I'm here. She'd go all the way to hell and back to help me.
Oh. You're in good hands.
Pembroke Hospital may look unorthodox, but rest assured you're in good hands here.
It's not me you have to convince, Dr. Reid. It's my mother.
Duh.
Is your mother bothering you? As your doctor, I can ask her to leave you alone if you would prefer.
That's tempting, Doctor. But you have no idea what my mother is capable of.
Oh, maybe I do.
She would tie herself to my bed if you asked her to leave.
I mean, she's a woman. A resourceful woman, I suppose. Right, we are done for the moment.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
I might just skip the ending sequence of the conversations when he says
evening,
goodbye,
Doctor.
because
How
that
my
is
son doing?
usually not containing any... Oh, hello. We have all the things and all the stuff. That is amazing. Why commit suicide?
Mortimer is extremely vague as to his motivations for committing suicide. Tell me more about what you know.
As you say, Mortimer had no reason to die. All he said to me was that he wanted to make the world a better place, but couldn't.
He felt useless.
Why did your son feel so useless when facing the world?
I think it was more that he could only see the melancholy facets of life. He couldn't help but dwell on such things.
I kind of relate to this a little bit, though.
What do you think he meant by making the world a better place?
Mortimer has always been a sensitive soul.
Yes.
He wouldn't talk to anyone for months after his father passed. It's like he carries everyone's sadness with him.
Yeah, I used to be the same. Sometimes I really need to force myself not to be like, stop. I need to stop thinking and just start doing stuff, you know, instead of like, I need to care for myself. Maybe slightly more than I care for others, because I have a tendency to care for other people more than I do for myself. Which is like, so I kind of, you know, I kind of relate a little bit to some things. Your son... Yes.
Do you realize your son could try to kill himself again? He might succeed next time.
I think about it every minute. But I won't stop fighting for my son's future.
Oh.
That's how much I love him.
I like her. Prepare for the worst. Let's try that one.
Your empathy is remarkable. But I fear that your son's decision to end his life has already been made.
How dare you talk to a mother like that? Talk to me like that?
I'm only trying to be honest, Mrs. Goswick. As painful as this fatal end may be for you,
I hope I doesn't
have to
lose.
accept this is a possibility.
No, I'll never accept it. If my son was to die under your care, well, you have no idea what I'm capable of, Dr. Reid.
Damn it! Damn it, 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 damn it. Darn it. We failed. Okay.
Your son wished
I should have picked the other one.
Beatrice. Why did you hide such crucial information?
Are you not aware suicide is a crime?
Well, it's a crime here as well.
Mortimer could be thrown in jail. I can't let that happen. I won't.
I understand you fear the legal consequences, Mrs. Goswick. But don't you realize your silence significantly affects your son's case?
All my son needs is help and comprehension. Not judgment and punishment for what he may or may not have done.
Right. And your son's suicide.
I have read your son's suicide note. It was not an impulsive gesture, nor was it his first attempt.
He threatened to kill himself a few times before.
Right.
But I never thought
Darn
he
it.
would
Well, I'm not gonna get
dare
her
to
anyway,
punish
so
me
that's
this
fine, I
much.
suppose.
Punish you? Why?
I've known for a long time he was not happy with his life.
Hmm.
But I always hoped he cared enough to avoid making me suffer like this.
Sorry, darling. Let's just move along, shall we? Right, yes.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick. That is a bit more points there. And let's see now. Do I have anything else to do? We have these two, and we have that, and we have that. So I'm gonna go to do this next, but first I'm gonna talk to Edgar Swansea, and then I'm gonna level up, and then we can do that, because I think the level of the people we are needing to fight is at least 14. So, and I'm level 5, and that is a bit like, no. Dr. Swansea, darling, talk to me.
Please, Jonathan, come in.
So ecstatic about that.
Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you.
Yes, it is
This
indeed.
area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
Oh God, it's so
I wish I
positive.
could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea. But my condition defies scientific categorization.
It does indeed.
Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
Yeah, right. Or from an undead. Your words bring comfort. I'm a living paradox. I'm gonna go with your words bring comfort.
It may seem strange, but your words have brought me some comfort here.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
Edgar. No need to apologize. Let's go with that. But before I click that, I have not played this in some time, so I don't really remember everything, and so let's try this one.
There is no need to apologize, Edgar. You offered me sanctuary when I had none.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan.
Yes.
Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
Yes.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit.
Right.
Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick.
Oh.
You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
Yes. Fabulously. 100 experience points. Oh, that is good. Right. Can I talk to you for a second?
Do you need something, Jonathan?
Yes. I'm gonna snack on you.
I have just a few questions.
Then ask away. I'm at your service, Doctor.
Doctor. Yes. Right. About my condition.
Since you seem quite the expert on vampires, what could you tell me about my condition and how it came about?
As men of science, our first step is always to start with what we know.
Okay.
Forget the myths, the hackneyed scrawlings, and the penny dreadfuls.
Mm-hmm.
They do not scratch the surface of the truth you now find yourself in.
Yes, that is true. Though the Penny Dreadful is actually a good series, at least in my opinion. I liked that one very much. But I'm weak for fantasy things and stuff. Will the sun destroy me?
The sun? The morning following my transformation. Its rays burned me. There was pain, smoke, and my skin blackened.
You will find there is very little that can kill a vampire, my friend. You have been offered relative immortality. The sun will most certainly hurt you, leaving you weakened and damaged, but it will not destroy you.
Yes. Well, stake through the heart, cut off the head. Garlic won't work. At least not in this game, I suppose. Or... I'm not sure. Must I kill?
Must I take a life to live?
You are a vampire. You feed, and blood is the sole sustenance that can sustain your immortal frame. And only a living creature contains the nourishment you require.
Yes. Flurp. Right. About your brotherhood.
You mentioned something about a secret society. A brotherhood, if I recall. Could you elaborate?
Certainly. I've been a member of the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole for several years. We are pledged to monitor and report vampire activity in England as impartial scientific observers.
Okay. That explains you wandering.
That explains your nightly wanderings about the docks and the questions you ask.
I feel it wasn't mere coincidence that led us to that part of town. There was something as yet unseen that set those chain of events in motion.
Yes. Don't you fear me?
Yet you don't fear me. And still, you know the monster that lurks beneath the civilized surface.
The Brotherhood has studied your kind for centuries. We believe you are as supernatural as a lion is to a gazelle.
I love that, like, comparison thing. About the hospital.
Since I'm the one working for you, what should I know about Pembroke Hospital?
Well, for many years, we have been the only medical facility in this part of town that people can rely on. We support the community here, as well as provide health care.
Where do we stand?
Where do we stand today?
To be honest, we cope on a day-to-day basis. The first wave of the Spanish flu last summer took us by surprise. We lack many of the basic necessities needed.
Yes. What do you expect of me?
What do you expect of me?
What we need is hope. You were a soldier. This is a war. This white coat's still a uniform. We fight to help the poor, the sick of the East End, the forgotten.
I like him. I like him a lot. A bit too enthusiastic sometimes, maybe, but I like him. He has a good
The
heart.
man we pursued and slew in the canning factory, William Bishop, I believe. Was he a vampire?
He was a skal, technically speaking. The debate rages as to their classification. Some think them a subspecies of vampire, others something else.
Where do skulls come from?
How do skals come into existence?
The name means slave. The etymology may indicate that they are a lesser species of vampire. From what I know, vampires tend to despise them.
Yes. How is a skal different?
Just for clarity, what differences are there between myself and a skal?
A skal is easier to eliminate, Jonathan, even if they remain formidable foes for the unprepared.
Yes.
Vampires... Now, vampires exist beyond the mortal realm.
Yes. Thank you for your words, darling.
We'll see each other again soon, Edgar.
Edgar. Yes, let's go level up. Let's go and rest and level up. What I think is funny though, I just had a little thinking. Warning letter, what is this? Dear Dr. Swansea, I must inform you my deepest reservation concerning Dr. Throw Strickland and Harvey Fiddick's case. Mr. Fiddick has been hospitalized after a severe work injury. He may permanently lose the use of his arm if not treated adequately. Dr. Strickland claims that surgical procedure may save this man's arm completely. I say it may also sever its functions for good if complications arise. Our young colleague is audacious and daring surgeon who might prove a great professional in a few years, but for now he lacks skill to perform such a risky procedure. Need I remind you of the mistake he made in the past? Since Dr. Strickland refuses to listen to me, I strongly advise you forbid him to perform such a hazardous experiment. I mean, I've found several notes from Doctors will be glad to mention temporary morgue as soon as it's open. And I was a doctor during the war and I'll be glad to serve my country again. I know it's not the same as being a physician for the dead as it is for the living, but I believe it is important to welcome and take good care of our departed too. Rest assured I will do my best to fully perform this new duty to the best of my ability. Concerning the question of my qualification, I'm sorry I can't give you anything more valuable than my parole. I swear to you that my regiment made me a doctor during the war and that I saved many lives. If my word is not enough, you can contact the military administration to verify my experience and skills. They will confirm that even if I never followed any medical studies, the war taught me what a doctor really needs to know. Always sincerely, Rakesh Shadana, former doctor. Oh yeah, he was listed by mistake. And still he performed valiantly, according to himself at least. Can I pick up anything else from here? Oh, there's something. Rare species of vampire. As a scholar and executive of ancestral writings, I could never insist enough about the importance of taking legends and ancient folklore into account when searching for hints about hidden or lost secrets. A common mistake is to take what we know for an established truth and use it to discard any contradictory material. Contradictory wordings today. What is that? I can read. I can English. For example, we must For example, we must consider the possibility of undiscovered species of vampires and the necessity to rethink what we see as established truth about various types of immortals based on what we know and what we gathered through time. Yes, this is a very long note. For many centuries, we did consider that vampire was vernacular term, okay, for what we've learned called Ekon, until 4 explorers of the Brotherhood found proof in Siberia that Volkods were a lupin type of vampire. We consider these creatures to be linked to the mythological werewolf. Now we know this is not true. What about the rest? What about the Raksha from my homeland? What about the Chinese Jiangxi? I don't really know how to pronounce that properly, or this word either, or the Pechen from the southern Chile. And without even leaving the beautiful Great Britain, what about the stories about the shaped or the bad-shaped woman sometimes seen flying around St. James' Church in Louth? What about the creature only identified as a disaster in some obscure testimonies, which tried to destroy Nimrod, the mythical figure of the restless vampire hunter, sometimes described by the ancestral British Ekons as a legendary huntsman who only feeds on his prey's blood and could go unnoticed amongst the mortals and immortals. I tell you, brothers, we never can be too sure of what we could find if only we could forget for a few minutes what we're supposed to already know. Dun dun dun! From The Unveiling of the Night by Usher Talltree, Primate of St. Paul. So much information. Right. And have I picked up anything I can? Everything I can in this room? I think I have now. Yes. Now. Right, let's go and level up. We have a lot of experience. This is very nice. Oh, hello. Don't mind if I do. And let's go. A kingdom of my own. There we go. Right. What do I want? I want definitely this one. Increase your life iteration when using bite in combat. Let's do that to level 2 at least. Let's body condition and then physical prowess. Okay. There we go. And that is level 2. Body condition is level 2. That is level 2. Blood capacity. Increase your blood capacity. Yes, let's do this one. Shadow Veil. Damage, right? What is this? Blood barrier. Coagulation. You block the target's blood in the veins, make them defenseless. I think I might want to try this one. I usually go for this one. You create an invisible blood barrier absorbing direct damage until it fades or is destroyed. But let's try... That is 600. Definitely. Can we have anything else? There we go. I think that is sufficient. Major district events. Every night, the consequences of your action may improve or degrade the district health status. It can also be degraded due to disease spreading amongst citizens. Right. If a district health status is below the critical status, it will be plunged into chaos. Yes. We have healed those people, and that is good. Right. And this is stable for the moment. Excellent. And ooh, this is serious. But we haven't met anyone and we haven't been there yet. Right. There we go, and I'm now level 8. Excellent. Right, reach the pharmacy. I think we can do that without any problems now. But I think this will be the end of this episode. So thank you so much for joining me, and please like, share and subscribe and hit that bell so you will get notified when I post my videos. So, and thank you so much for watching, and stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!